with Dan Brooks. Together, we'll be
Hello, hello.
providing the commentary for this season's championship match, in which I think Stef needs 4.5 wins.
Steph needs 4.5.
So that's a tough challenge ahead of him.
That's a lot. Yeah, so Mick and Steph played in the regular season, of course, and they had a 3-3 split. Mick had a really great season in A, finishing with a 4.4 average. So a lot of ground for Steph to make up here. Yeah. So this looks like a board. Wow. There's Bridge Troll, Peasant, Scouting Party, Ambassador, Transmogrify. What do you think of this board?
I'm trying to. Okay. Yeah.
Have to
Well,
imagine it has some.
I think you want to start with Ambassador.
Yeah,
Maybe Ambassador Peasant.
Ambassador and Peasant. I could also see some sort of Transmogrify thing. Peasant Scouting Party is also incredibly strong.
Yeah, I do like Finning though. Over and getting them up. I could even just see double ambassador. I think I would go double ambassador because peasant costs only 2, so you will be able to get that on.
Get a port. I think on so it looks like Steph has opened up with a 4-3 and Nick opens up with a 3-4. There's always the Scouting Party Peasant opening as well.
Yeah, I like it in general, but not that much when ambassador is around.
So Steph likes to play
Stuff
it.
is definitely going for that.
Oh, Mick declined to Scouting Party. That's interesting. I think I definitely
May,
would have
I think
Scouting
he
Party with
maybe
Peasant.
he just forgot about it.
I think not.
Even though he saw Steph just do it.
Oh, so this is Steph's turn too because of the Scouting Party. Yeah, I like this line from Steph. Uh, yeah, I think the presence of teacher on the board means that you maybe need to get a little bit less than usual with the ambassadors. Plus card on port or something could be pretty great. Mick picks up a soldier. Steph looks like he's thinking about picking up a scouting party on 3. That can be a pretty solid buy on these boards when you just want to stay thin and you don't want to add anything to your deck.
I kind of like it, though you also really want the peasant upgrade and go back into the shuffle, so that would count against it. And
Yeah,
he's now considering silver, which also is not terrible because it allows you to get to the ports.
yeah.
So I think I prefer what he's doing here.
I think I like it too. Mick thins. Oh wow, both players have the same hand, I think. Soldier, 3 copper estate.
I see. I think they're, yeah, going for stables.
Stables, pretty solid.
Should take
Cycle.
care not to ambassador all your clippers. So then they're quite a bit less great.
So Steph has played a soldier right now, he's thinking. Looks like he's a 5. So the end game here, I have to imagine, is going to be a bunch of bridge trolls. You can maybe add a relic if you're feeling frisky, but probably not. And Steph goes directly for ports. Mick goes for a second peasant that could end up on Disciple.
I'm trying to add infinite hitbox, but I don't see any sort of link
Yeah,
he's talking about.
I bet you can make a chat with just the 3 of us. Actually, let me do this.
Yeah, let's go that way.
So here. Okay, I've created a group chat with the 3 of us. So it looks like the port pile's starting to get low.
That's what they're for, basically. So
I believe that Mick picked up a second peasant. It looks like, oh, is it all the way up to fugitive now?
it looks like it.
I think fugitive is actually his original. I think that he might have a fugitive and a soldier. Yeah. Mick is a fugitive and a soldier. So that disciple is going to be quite nice.
Pretty much, I think he's going. Yeah, he's definitely going to ambassador estates and probably by scouting party.
Yeah, he knows that his fugitive is in his hand, so he wants to cycle. Nice draw.
Absolutely.
Definitely exchange that for disciple. Steph says no party. Steph picks up a scouting party. So Steph gets to disciple ambassador. I think here gets to play port. You should probably play ambassador first, get that extra dollar on soldier. 4, probably a pair of ports. Especially because I think he knows he has his disciple in the next 5 cards.
Yeah, I would disciple the stables actually, and
Yeah. So it looks like, yeah, Steph is going to get to the disciple of stables, and it's going to be pretty awesome. Peasant. Ambassador.
probably ambassador estates and buy another stables.
Yeah, you could even start thinking about bridge troll here.
I think it's a bit too early. Would like to draw the deck first. Though I don't hate Royal Carriage. No. I think
Yeah.
that's quite decent. Because
So,
he has now 2 stables.
so as soon as he gets this plus card token on port, I imagine the deck is going to be drawn very quickly.
Yeah.
So this is a very interesting buy. He could also pilgrimage, I guess. Nah, probably not.
It's a bit expensive for 5. And
Especially.
apart from stables and port, you don't have other cards right now that you want to copy. So I first would like to have a Royal Carriage to make that worth it. And he might also just get more ports here because he's going to put a token on them. So you really want to win the split, or at least not lose it.
It's like he is going to go for ports. Okay. It's a teacher and a soldier. Mick gets to ambassador 2 copper, I assume. Yeah, I can't imagine you want to buy scouting party here because that would make your teacher miss the shuffle. Okay. So Mick's quite thin right now. Although
Yes.
I think he only has 4 copper in his deck, which could be a little bit of a problem. I'm not sure if Steph picks up on this.
So I keep trying to add infinite hitbox, but it's not going to work out, it seems.
Yeah, Infinite Hitbox's Skype situation is such that he can't join the phone call, I think. I do have a group chat set up.
Yeah, let's just use that. If there's anything of any importance comes up.
Yeah, so Steph is actually over trashed right here. He might I I mean Mick. There's a chance that he actually needs to put his +1 coin token on oh, he bought a silver. Okay, so he's good. Okay. I think it's bridge troll time. As soon as you get a couple of those lined up, you get a lot of pile out potential.
Yeah.
And assuming, like, I have to imagine that both players are going to contest the bridge troll, so I'd expect to see that pile go down, and then, there's 8 cards in the ambassador pile. You could even pile duchies. Uh,
I would also imagine Royal Carriage not remaining at 10 for that much longer.
Uh-huh. What are you looking to Royal Carriage?
Mostly the stables.
Hmm.
Though if you're drawing a deck already, then it's less important.
So if you're Mick here, I think you actually call teacher, put +1 card token on the
On
port,
board, yeah, for sure.
and then you try and I think you might try and disciple Ambassador actually, and just really plow stuff under.
I think I would disciple the port here anyway, because the risk of not going off is just too big.
Okay. Nick has a lot of ports. Okay, he gets pretty greedy here.
Well, okay, if he has only ports left in the deck, then it's obviously less
His deck is
risky.
mostly ports, and I think
Yeah, okay,
he has one copper.
it was only ports, then definitely you don't want
So
to
now I think he disciples
disciple.
Ambassador, gives Steph 2 copper, gains the Ambassador, plays port, draws the Ambassador, gives him another copper.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
So he could even pick up Curse here if he wants to get pretty greedy, like pick up Curse and maybe
Mm,
maybe Bridge Troll. He might not need the Curse, but
I would definitely consider it, but so far he does not have another buy, right?
all right, he only has 1 buy. Good point.
So then you start with Bridge Troll, and maybe at some point you could consider.
Absolutely.
There's,
And he can even.
I think Steph is just totally lost right now.
Steph is pretty dead right now, yeah. Give that copper. Nick's thinking about hanging on to it. He's that thin right now.
I think you just give away 1 copper and then buy the Bridge Troll.
Yeah,
There's no need to keep 4 around.
no need to get fancy here. Very conservative play. Thinking about a festival, interesting. And he goes
I'm
for it.
not really sure why you would want to get Festival over Bridge Troll.
Means he's gonna hit 9 next turn.
So maybe for Bridge Troll and then
I
who
think I might
knows,
even.
Pilgrimage or something.
I think I might even prefer peasant to. Well, so I think the festival line sort of suggests that Mick is gonna go for like. If you get a couple of festivals, like he can disciple his festivals and then give away some of his copper, get some bridge trolls, and go for a really big pile out. So I have to imagine that's sort of what he's looking at.
Yeah, it sounds reasonable.
I think pretty much anything that Mick elects to play here is going to be winning. So let's see. So he doesn't really need the plus action token. So imagine he's gonna like disciple by the festival, draw it up with port, put teacher on the mat, put the coin tokens down and the buy tokens down. Uh, let's see. Yeah, I would guess he plays festival, plays port, ambassador's estate, ambassador copper, hit 10. Um, Probably just two bridge trolls at that point. Yeah, he's overdrawing by so much right now.
Yeah, Stef's getting snowballed with from the ambassadors. I don't understand why he's hesitating for so long on the bridge troll. I think you want bridge troll and then royal carriage here, or maybe double bridge troll even.
I think double bridge troll. He goes for the royal carriage.
And I don't hate buying a curse now.
Yeah, I think he does. Given that he has the festivals, I think he wants to get the copper out of his deck. So
Well, he has two ambassadors, so getting rid of the copper would be quite easy.
yeah, let's see. Okay, so he did elect to play double bridge troll in the end. Stef has his plus card token on port as well. Oh, so I think that Infinite Hitbox was finally able to join the Skype call. Hello, Infinite Hitbox.
Hi, welcome.
Hi, I think it worked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
finally did.
awesome.
Glad to have you.
We've been waiting for you for so long. It's a great pleasure that you finally made it.
My my Skype client was bugged, and apparently there was some crazy Skype command I could do to fix it. I don't understand, but it works now.
Great. Skype works in magical ways. Okay, so Stef elects to resign.
Stuff, yeah, that was completely justified, and had been justified for some terms, for some turns. So
So Stef needs to win every game from here on out to take down the championship.
well, he could tie one, I guess.
He can tie one.
So
Yeah, so he can out-
he has some room to maneuver. And we have one with
Ooh, look at this board.
it's a great Swindler board, but it's I think it's a favorite card of both of them, so it should be
Oh, really?
made for exciting watching.
Scouting party, yeah. So there's no village here, so you're limited to one terminal.
Yeah.
Swindler looks quite good.
Well, yeah, I think it would take
As usual.
Swindler over Ghost Ship.
Don't worry, there's no scavenger. Yeah, so when Mick and Steph played in the regular season, there was this board that looked like there was a fancy engine. But Mick just played scavenger, inheritance scavenger, stash. And if you have three stashes and at least three scavengers, you have a guaranteed province every turn. And so Mick had three provinces by turn 11, and Steph was in the middle of building this fancy engine and had to resign.
It's a
So,
great pity. It's one of the. Okay, so make one for double Swindler.
Double
Uh,
Swindler.
Stef may go for scouting party or maybe also double swindler. Don't
I think I
think.
was looking double swindler here.
Yeah,
You don't really want any of the other actions. Okay, Stef
that's
elects to
true.
play Dungeon Swindler. He gets them both on turn 1, which is great. MicQ Swindler misses, hits the estate. And his Swindlers collide, so this is going pretty well for Stef.
There's a question in the chat about whether it would be possible to put the match score somewhere on the stream. I don't know if that's possible as CSN, but
I can always try to have a look. But I don't know who started the first game.
Yeah, maybe we can just do match score. I think MicQ might have started. Does anyone in chat remember? So it looks like Stef has 5 here. He's probably thinking about a stash. One nice thing about stash is you can tend to, you can make sure it's never on top of your deck and vulnerable to Swindler.
It should now say the score in the top of the left top of the stream.
Oh no, Stef, don't. Oh. Okay, he's 5 points in hand. I thought that Stef was going to put his stash directly into Swindler territory. Stef goes for Storyteller, wow. That's a little bit of a surprising buy here.
So there's also a question in the chat multiple times now about whether Distant Lands Silk Road is a thing.
I don't particularly like it. You can only get one thing per turn, so...
So if you play Distant Lands...
I like buying Distant Lands, but I don't think Silk Road is really going to be of any importance.
Yeah, it really depends on how long the game goes. Like, Distant Lands is a pretty good Dominion card. And Silk Road is one of those cards you sort of need to see how the game plays out.
I think it will be at some point where you may buy Silk Roads over duchies, but before that you want to focus on getting Distant Lands and provinces. When you start to go down a Silk Road route, you are basically giving up on provinces altogether. And there are so many points in the province pile, and they're also relatively easy to get with Storyteller out there and Swindler, and there isn't that much junking. Yeah, some of your coppers will turn into curses, but that's not the end of the world, so getting to province should be relatively easy.
Yeah, and Swindler can really change the state of the game. Like if Swindler hits province versus doesn't hit province, that can really change how long the game takes. Oh, MicQ actually plays Alms on Silk Road. So it looks like MicQ's plan is more of a Silk Road plan.
Okay.
Well,
I would have expected nothing less from the... I don't think I remember by heart what Alms does. I thought it was you trash an action, or when you don't play an action you may gain...
Yeah, Alms says gain a card costing up to 4 if you have no treasure in play.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you can pick up a Silk Road every turn regardless of regardless of how much treasure you have. So here MicQ could Alms a Silk Road if he wanted to. He's 2 copper in hand.
Someone else wasn't entirely sure either. Or it just misclicked. It also happens. because there's not quite an infinite hitbox.
Wow, so Mick actually gets to go scouting party with the swindler money, Alm Silk Road. So it does look like this is very much going to end up being a Silk Road game.
Credit to see who was the first person to bring it up. DG brought it up, and at the beginning of the game, Do Operator brought up Distant Land Silk Road.
All right.
I'm still not a fan of the Silk Roads. Would just go for provinces.
Also, somebody's saying that if you do that, you can get a bureaucrat and kind of hit all of your green cards and make your deck miserable, but...
Oh, that's a good point. You can go bureaucrat alms. Yeah, I found the events to be deceptively powerful. A lot of curses have come out. Looks like Stef is looking at the Silk Road pile right now. Can't imagine he wants to buy a scouting party. Looks like this game is going to go on for quite some time. Stef has province in hand. Mick swindles a storyteller, which is actually a pretty... at this point, you might just give Stef a Swamp Hag.
Yeah, if you're going to get the arms, then you don't... If Mick is going to buy the stuff via arms, or gain it via arms, then...
Mick's deck is looking really nice. He's using Swindler to Scouting Party and then just Alms because he has no treasure in play. Events are really powerful, man. So Stef picks up a province, taking a 6-point lead. And it looks like Mick is going to alms another Silk Road. Stef hits Curse. Piles are running pretty low now. There's 3 Silk Roads and 3 Curses. I don't think... Oh, so one thing to note is that you can alms for...
I think
alms doesn't give buys.
I think here Mick will just buy a province.
Yeah, I gotta imagine you just want a province here. See what he swindles. He hits a state, okay. So they each have a distant lands in hand. Stef is thinking about that dungeon. Does like to play it. Looks like he probably... Oh,
It seems like he's... Okay.
So Stef now has a distant lands in his discard. It's going to be pretty risky with the game coming toward a close.
Well, otherwise he couldn't province, so I think... Well, you could have bought Duchy, I guess, for 1 more point, but...
No, Stef, don't buy alms. Don't buy alms, Stef. Don't do it. Oh, no. You had treasure in play from the storyteller. No. That's how you can tell Stef isn't listening to the stream, because he would have... you would have heard that. Oh, man. Now Stef has the Taxman. And Nick is gonna scouting party. He's doing his thing. He's gonna play Swindler, scouting party, Alm Silk Road. Um, so now, Mick has a 14-point lead. The Silk Roads are kicking in. So I think that Mick just wants to go for. He has two options. He can either go for Duchy, or he can start hammering the copper. Start hammering the curses. If he hits copper or curse here, he just wins. Really depends on what Stef's Silk Roads are at. Because if Stef has 3 or 4 Silk Roads, kick up by 1 point. I think he can probably just buy curse if he wants to. I think that's probably the safest line.
I believe at least one of Stef's Silk Roads was swindled.
Okay.
But there's also only 4 estates left, so Mick can continue his alms plan on just the estate pile if he doesn't have treasure.
Mm-hmm. Actually, Stef, this is interesting. Stef actually has the best possible turn. He has play distant lands by province. So that's 10 points directly. Oh, scouting party is actually really good. You probably don't need a bureaucrat at this point. Scouting party, okay. And he does go for the curse. So Stef goes up to 40, and Mick gets the curse. Mick saying he was scared because he forgot that Stef had distant lands in his deck, and he just saw Stef play distant lands, play 8. And so Mick is now up 2-0. Congratulations to Mick. He is our season 15 champion.
Yes.
I believe that the players are going to play the other 4 games out. So stick around.
Yeah, I think so too. And congrats to Mick. It's an amazing accomplishment that absolutely no one saw coming.
I'd say that Mick has had one of the stronger seasons in League that I've seen. He had a 4.4 average in League, and now he's up 2-0 in the champion match. Oh my god, it's Page Bridge Troll. Ah. Wow. Bonfire? Oh man, this board is incredible. Page Bridge Troll is one of the most obnoxious things you can possibly imagine, because you can use bridge, so you page to get warriors, and then if you get ahead on pages, you can use Bridge Troll to make champion cost 3 to 4, and then warrior away their champion, and then warrior away their entire deck. Bonfire, really strong event, lets you get down to an 8 or 9 card deck before the first shuffle. So I think, pretty sure I would open Bonfire page here.
Well, I would make as 5-2, so definitely go minion
Nick is
page.
5-2, so he goes for minion. And I have to imagine Mick is going to try and cycle away Stef's page. Stef goes for Armory. Interesting. Really interesting. Well, let's see what the players are up to.
I don't think the armory is that bad. There's minstrel and courtyard that you both want to get a lot of, and the first thing you're going to do is probably well, he probably buys either bonfire or page. I think I think bonfire is what you want.
Interesting.
Okay.
Really interesting. Okay. Actually, how does alms work on this board? It doesn't really, I don't think. I guess you can get a 4 if you want it.
Yeah, if you have a bad hand because of you got minions or something.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, is Mick going for a minion stack? Interesting.
I think it really
Okay.
helps by speeding through the traveler ranks, the
Mm-hmm.
minions. You can from a certain point onward you can just play it every turn. The next traveler. Like here you can with a free. Well, I would still buy bonfire right now.
Yeah, I have to imagine Bonfire is gonna be some of the best trashing. I think at some point you're gonna want a rat catcher because it's the only way to get rid of estates.
Ah yeah, I'm only seeing the bird catcher now.
Um, yeah, and again, if the champion timing is different by even a turn, the threat of warrior is very real. Although it looks like the timings are turning out fairly similar here, so it looks like both players are going to elect to just play. It looks like a standard bridge troll engine.
Question in the chat about whether it is correct to skip Young Witch.
Um, I'm not a huge fan of Young Witch here, because if you buy Young Witch, your opponent can pick up a couple pages, a couple rat catchers, especially our bridge troll, and and that leads right into the page warrior plan. So I could see picking up a Young Witch.
I would pick it up later, probably at some point, but early on it's definitely bad to go for it. So just more important stuff to do.
There's a lot of
And
great stuff on this board.
yeah, once your deck is running, you can add it if it still makes sense. Like if you've already got a champion, then obviously it's not going to do much anymore.
Well,
If
Steph's
you're
deck looks great.
Also for Mick, is there any value because of his minions with a late tunnel to pick up his golds
no,
for
no,
his
no,
payload?
that's absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
I think
probably rather have 2 curses than 3 gold on a bird like this.
I think the do operator has failed to read Mick's mind this time.
Uh, these armories look pretty great. Okay, so it looks like Steph has picked up a Young Witch mid-turn.
Yeah,
And
that's okay.
this is nice tempo. He's guaranteed the hit. He also can pick up the alms here. Don't play the copper, Steph. Not again. So I think Wandering Minstrel looks pretty good. Also, I suppose Steph could want a rat catcher here. A lot of good stuff.
I think I would still go with Minstrel.
And you can pick stuff up mid-turn next time if you have to. And Steph
Yeah.
does this. So Mick has 2. Um, okay, so the warrior actually hits a minstrel. It's pretty good for Mick. And so it looks like the threat of Page Warrior is going to be moot this game because both players have similar champion timings. This Young Witch is going to be quite nice for Steph. He's given out 1 curse and he's going to give out.
Well, remind me, what is the thing about Page Warrior?
So Warrior hits cards that cost 3 to 4.
Yeah.
And if you use Bridge Troll, you can make their champion cost less. So you can make their heroes and champions cost 3 to 4. And so you can hit their travelers with your travelers.
Okay, but you have to be unlucky enough to have them lay on top. Right?
Yeah, well, what you can do is you can buy like 3 pages in a warrior or something, or like You can use Bridge Troll to pick up pages essentially for free.
Yeah.
So you can pick up a bunch of pages, and then you play a bunch of pages. Or like, so with your Bridge Trolls, you make their champion cost 4. You play like 4 or 5 pages, and then you play your warrior. You mill like 6, and you try and spike their champion.
Okay, yeah.
So, like, that means that you like. It's one of those things that means that you really need to get an early champion, and of course, Stef and Mick know this, and they have gone for very early champions. Is Hero going to gain gold or coin? Looks like it gains gold. So I have to say, it looks like Stef's pulling ahead here.
Now that the pressure is gone, he's finally going to pick up a game.
Yeah. So I think a Courtyard is going to be the best draw engine with champion in play, like Courtyard Bridge Troll. Actually, yeah, I didn't realize that Young Witch actually stops as soon as champion comes in.
Yeah, it does that. So you want to not be too late with it.
Too committed. It was really nice that Steph was able to gain it with Armory and play it mid-turn, because that denies Mick the chance to even pick up pages to contest. Yeah, it's bonfire, trash and copper. Just the copper, okay. Okay, so Steph, is he declines to call Ratcatcher. That's very interesting. Oh, he has the Young Witch in hand, so he probably doesn't want to do it. I think I would armory a Courtyard here. No? Maybe he wants to armory a Bridge Troll.
Or a minion. I think that won't be bad.
I suppose, yeah. He could do minion because he's going to be able to do stuff. Like if he puts that on top, he can alms a Bridge Troll, sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
Put that on top, then alms a Bridge Troll, and as soon as he has 2 Bridge Trolls in play, actually, he can just buy Courtyards for 0. He can pick up like 3 Courtyards for free, which is pretty great. Oh, I was wondering why they were taking gold over Coin of the Realm, and I'm just now realizing that you don't need Coin of the Realm when you have champion in play. I wonder if Young Witch still asks for a Bane if you have champion in play. It's kind of funny. Probably not.
Well, I wouldn't count on it.
All right. What's your bet, Philip? Do you think it's going to ask Mick for a bin?
Well,
Actually, no.
yes, I will bet on it happening anyway.
Okay.
I mean, you should still have the opportunity to reveal information to your opponent for no reason, right?
Yeah. Ooh, this is nice.
We're not going to find out because they don't have any banes.
Yeah, because they don't have page. So, I think you just go like Bridge. I would go Bridge Troll here. I'm greedy, and then you can play minion, cycle into it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Cycle into it, Minstrel.
I really would like to get rid of the estates sometime pretty soon.
I think also here, so don't play Charger stuff, and then he can just go Alms, Bridge Troll, Courtyard, Courtyard, Courtyard. No,
Well,
Steph.
you
Oh,
can,
it doesn't matter. Yeah. Actually,
why
it
would you do
doesn't.
arms? You can buy two fives. Right. Well,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
So you could go bridge roll, courtyard, courtyard.
Yeah,
So you're gonna.
that sounds great. Although
You need to
I might get one minion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this.
So far ahead. So it's probably pile out in 2 turns. And this looks pretty reasonable for Mick. Yeah, and he does. Okay.
Okay, well, congratulations to Steph for at least
Steph
stealing one game.
stealing 1 game.
He's
Oh.
slightly too late to have it matter, but
Oh, and Mick actually started all 3 of those games.
okay.
Yeah, Steph is saying that 5-2 was a trap. So let's see. So 2-1 on 3 starts is not too bad. Let's see if Steph can even things up 3-3. It's like we don't get to play the Port Herald board. Ooh. Do we get to play this? Oh, yeah. All right. Let's take a look at this. We get Lost Arts Wharf.
Oh.
Tournament in the black market deck. Lost Arts
And
Gear.
there's tournaments.
Trades.
Oh, there's only tournaments in the black market. Okay.
Tournaments in the black market deck.
It's my favorite card to get out of the black market.
That is the best card from the black market deck. Scheme is also very strong in the black market deck. Mountebank. That's pretty
I
strong.
like Altar, Wandering Minstrel.
How do you feel about Magpie?
Yeah, well, I would still get it over any of the other cheap cards in Kingdom, but it's obviously not as great as it would be if you just bought it from the Kingdom.
Oh man, there's Peasant on this board too. Oh man, this is one of those adventures boards. Okay, so for those of you who aren't clear, I hope Titan Drake's in chat because he would be proud. There's this new thing where if you play your treasure one at a time, you're officially a pro Dominion player. So Steph plays copper, and buys peasant, which is technically strictly better than playing both copper at the same time. Frequently, I like to play like my not like 9 copper and buy Ironmonger just to send a message.
I really hate playing the coppers one by one. I think it's just terrible.
Okay, so me.
It is technically better, but it's just really, it's very, very marginal to the point that it really doesn't add anything, and it just costs more time.
Yeah. Steph goes for black market. I think you do need black market here because it contains the card contains the card tournament. What do you get? You get Princess. It's actually interesting that like the plus action token actually isn't that stellar on this board. Well, like you can plus action your terminal draw. Ooh, Spice Merchant
is great, yeah.
Yeah, he bought it, right? Yeah. Snaps it off. There's actually no trashing on this board. Steph probably
there's Jack. And Jack,
Jack
combined with Spice Merchants, you can even get rid of the silvers later. So I would consider getting Jack here. And there's Amulet. That's also a good treasure.
The thing is that the terminal space is so limited because you sort of need a black market to spike the tournament, and you get your Lost Arts terminal draw, but like you can really only support like 2 terminals in the deck. Like this.
You get the tournament. It's great.
Oh, wow, Steph gets the tournament. And now he gets another Wharf, so this is looking really good for Steph. The Spice Merchant is nice for Mick, but I think that with Wharf Lost Arts, Steph doesn't really need to trash. He can just keep buying Wharfs. Looks like Mick's on the same plan. Really not sure what you buy here on 4. There's nothing you really want. Because everything's either terminal or silver.
Still think I like with playing with either a jack or an amulet.
Looks like Stef is going to go for an amulet.
Yeah.
It is a duration, which helps. Ooh. Does Mick? Oh, Mick misses.
Yeah.
He elects to put it on the bottom of the black market deck. Oh my gosh. Non-terminal wharfs feels so good. Ooh, Stef has 7, so he misses Prince, but he can still pick up a wharf. Could go for a shanty, but I don't think you really want it. 8 would be great here. I think I'd probably go Shantytown Wharf.
Prince in tournament is also not bad.
I actually find like I like not like keeping tournament in my hand because like you don't know if you have a province in your starting 5 or starting 9 with Wharf.
Yeah, but the Whitney starting 9 is quite likely. I think it's the best cards to Prince here. I prefer Prince in tournament over Prince in black markets. But you could Prince mode or something.
Oh, I hate Prince in black market. Prince in scheme or something would be good too. If you can pick that up. Village. That's nice. If I pick that up, pick up another wharf.
Yeah, that looks great.
I assume that Stef. It seems like Stef's turns are taking forever, and Mic's are very short. So I assume Stef is doing pretty well here.
Well, either that or it's just really slow. Could always be either.
Shots fired. Let's see. Okay, so Mick is just now putting his plus action token on Wharf. So yeah, things are looking pretty good for stuff here. Did he just disciple his amulet?
It looks like it.
Interesting. I would have definitely. Well, I guess if he disciples Wharf, he loses disciple.
I would definitely get a minstrel.
Minstrel's pretty good here. And then probably Wharf, tournament.
I believe the Disciple was played on the Wharf last turn, so that's it coming back into play.
Thank you. That's a good point. How do you feel about Artificer here? You like gain a province mid-turn. And
it's a bit wishful thinking to get province mid-turn.
I think he has 4 Wharfs coming into play, so...
Okay. Well, definitely not bad.
What's that, a 13 card starting hit? Wait, how many Wharfs does he have? He has a lot of Wharfs. Yeah. There's Magpie. And it looks like Mick is about to either make a snarky comment or resign. Mick elects for a snarky comment. I like it. But when he does elect to, does he buy the Magpie? No.
He does not. I wouldn't have hated it. I definitely would have taken Magpie over silver.
Stef says, why didn't you get it? Of course, Magpie isn't as good when there's only 1 in supply. Stef does have 4 Wharfs coming into play. So I gotta imagine he's gonna try and Artificer the Artificer for Province. What prize do you think he's gonna go for?
I definitely think he's going for what did you call it? Followers.
Followers?
Yeah, and then Princess. The next
time.
Oh,
because there's no trashing really. Yeah.
Yeah, well, there is trashing, but Mick isn't really going for the trashing, so you should punish that.
Sounds good. Yeah, and Stef has these amulets, so he can deal with the flow of estates.
Yeah.
He also has like a ton of Wharfs. I think he might actually try and. Oh, he already played his Artificer, so he can't gain. I don't think he can gain a Wharf mid-turn unless he goes from the Black Market deck. So Stef's next turn isn't going to be that great, but this turn might make up for it. I think he has one Wharf coming in. Looks like he's thinking about discipling the Black Market. See, so in terms of piles, the Wharf pile is low.
And
If you go-
in that case, if he's considering discipling black market, you could get the princess here
yeah, I was
to
thinking about
to make the cards in the black market cheaper.
hmm And you know, I can get behind this, especially because you don't really need to worry about Nick contesting piles. Okay, well he's just gonna play black
Yeah.
market once. He gets the scheme. Alter is fine too. Actually,
Yeah,
there's not much trash.
it's really close. Well, I still think there is strong trashing. They're just not really going for it.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised he didn't trash there. Actually. Oh, he wants to pick up both warps. Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely reasonable.
Yeah, there's strong cards to trash here. The thing is that it's hard to get the actions to play with them. So Stef goes for Princess there. So Stef evens it up 2-2, and he has 2 starts left.
So
So,
he may very well win it by 4-2 and just be short
Yeah.
0.5 points.
Let's see if he can pull out 3 wins or more. Okay, looks like Steph finally gets the start. Both players open on 2-5 with Borrow. Colony board. There's Mission with Jester and Forge. What are your thoughts on this board?
Ooh, I always really like Scrying Pool. And I think combining it with Wine Merchant and Jester is going to be good. I would open Amulet Potion.
Looks like both players are going to elect to open Amulet Potion. And so, see. Yeah, one thing that's nice is that Borrow means that you're never going to miss your 2 potion for Scrying Pool. When that happens, it's really, really sad. Looks like Steph is going double Amulet. Mick might borrow. No,
Mission
Mick,
is
Spider
going.
Toucher. Whew. Steph, Mick almost bought Borrow without playing his treasure, which is a big no-no.
Okay.
But he picks it up.
I think Mission is also going to be important later. Because
Mission's quite important. Like here, do you think that Steph is going to buy a mission on a? Oh no, that'd be really bad.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they
not
buy this
early.
kind of-
Early it's bad, but later on when you have Forge going, when you have Jester
Forge.
going,
Yeah, I can imagine Forge is going to be important here.
you can also return your Wine Merchants on a mission turn. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In terms of actions, like, do you think that? Because you have to imagine the players are going to build up pretty big. There are a couple ways to do it. You can go for some sort of like storyteller engine. I think that Treasure Trove could actually be interesting in terms of gaining cards to trash to Forge. You gain the golds, which cost 6.
yeah, but then what are you going to combine them with? With Treasure Trove themselves into colonies or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a good 5.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I think
you
that maybe
can.
Jester. Maybe Jester is what you want to go for here. Or I suppose you could just like buy colonies. Steph is joking that next time he plays Mick, we should tell him that he's already lost, so he can start winning every single game. I definitely seen that happen before. It seems like in these champion matches, it's pretty common for one player to end up like if they need to win like 4.5, they'll win exactly 4 games. Let's see. Mick picks up a woodcutter. Okay. So it looks like the players are gonna opt for a more traditional. Okay, Steph goes for Jester. But we're probably gonna see a bandit camp terminal action kind of thing going on here. Let's see. Mick is passing up on a free silver. Makes sense.
Well, it does, but not for him.
When was the last time Mick passed up on a free silver?
Yeah, I really can't remember. Well, it was just a few seconds ago. That's before that.
Mm-hmm. Well, he did pass up on tunnel that one page board. So we got that. Ooh, big gain for Steph. Steph manages to Jester Mick scrying pool.
That
actually,
is-
now that I look at the board, with scrying pool you actually know their top card, so it should be pretty trivial to
Yeah. Yeah,
to,
that's one of the very cool Scrimble combos, Jester.
Mm-hmm. So Steph has 8 potion and he elects to buy. Did he buy a bandit camp? Interesting.
Yeah, I think you want quite a lot of Bandit games. Though, yeah. I would borrow
Yeah.
here and buy Scrying Pool and probably.
I think I probably would have
another.
bought like. I guess mission doesn't do a lot, but yeah, you get another jester in, but then you couldn't buy anything.
Yeah. I wouldn't get mission until the Scrying Pools are gone. Because getting those is just too important.
Yeah.
Well, of course you can just buy
I
the
think like,
Scrying Pool that turn before, so it's okay.
let's see. So jester should be guaranteed to hit, right? Yeah. So Steph picks up another scrying pool. Suppose. Yeah, it'd be interesting to get double jester and then like mission every turn. And then like mission would be effectively like a double buy. Although it's possible that that's getting like slightly too cute. I think that Steph might have top decked a scrying pool here. Let's see, he has nine potion. Let's see, he goes for a wine merchant. Okay. So Mick looks like he found the resign button.
Ah,
And
okay.
wow, it's 3-2 Steph. So we have one more game. Steph's start. We're gonna see if Steph can keep the dream alive of continuing to win exactly one game less than like keeping the championship to within one game every season.
So, a quick question about last game.
Yeah.
Is Storyteller coming into play there, especially if you got a lot of bandit camps, just to get the spoils gone, draw past your stuff?
You certainly like Storyteller is pretty strong draw. When you get the scrying pool thing going, you can often overdraw your deck every turn. So with an early 5, I could see going for it. But like once you get to the point where Steph's deck was at the end there, like just a single scrying pool is going to draw most of your deck, so you don't need additional draw.
Yeah, well, Steph won the scrying pools pretty handily. I guess if you're Mick, if you're Mick there and you are down 4-6 or 3-7, you almost have to try it if you're going to keep playing the game. I mean, he opts to resign instead.
Yeah, he opts to resign. So I think that the role. So Storyteller, I think, is best when you sort of have a lot of copper in your deck early in the game. You have an early 5. You don't have like you don't want to add payload yet. You want to add draw. You could add a Storyteller for sure. Oh man, that board looked nice. Magpie page. No, MicQ start again. I think Making Fun is conspiring to let MicQ win the championship. Okay, here we go. No village, cultist, and do we need to say anything else?
It's pretty much cultist, 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 and eventually you might want to add an upgrade. But
Yeah.
I think just cultist big money is also reasonable.
Yeah, so it looks like I would guess both players open warehouse silver.
I think I would go with double silver. So,
So-
on the first shuffle, warehouse is definitely better, but after that, it's just so bad if you draw it with cultist, and then
Yeah.
then it prevents you from being able to buy another cultist. And I think it's reasonably likely that that's going to happen at some point.
Yeah, I think it's highly unlikely that Stef passes up on deck filtering, whether it's correct or incorrect. Okay, so both players do look
I
like
actually might prefer Sage over Warehouse. And whilst
yeah.
Steph is going to build the engine, so that makes
Oh, Stef went for
Warehouse.
conspirator. Wow.
I don't like it at all, but it doesn't surprise me. I've tried to do stuff like this myself, and usually it just doesn't work.
All right, let's see. Okay, so I think cultist from both players, right? Yeah, so I think the engine. So if you're playing engine here, you want maybe like 2 cultists, and then you switch to upgrade. You're gonna need like a lot of upgrades, like a metric ton of upgrades. Steph goes for conspirator.
Here, this was the spot where he drew the warehouse and couldn't afford another cultist.
Okay, it looks like Steph's draws are not panning out particularly well here. Oh, discard 6 cards. Oh, and there's Cultist Quest. That's actually quite a strong interaction because you can just play Cultist and then gain gold. So I think Conspirators are not at their best on this board.
Is Quest here better than picking up a treasure trove?
Did so while the runes are still in supply, you might want to stay a little bit thinner for Cultist. I think Treasure Trove definitely has some value, particularly if you're playing the money-based deck. Steph here is going to sort of need to evaluate what his plan is. Because he has these conspirators in his deck that are going to be pretty hard to make use of.
I think Steph is just lost at this point.
I think Steph is lost as well, yeah.
He should be adding lots of sages if he wants to make anything of it.
Like, mixed turns are actually so short that like I haven't really caught any glimpse of what he's doing. I assume all the crazy cards are in Steph's deck. Looks like 1 gold is gone. That's Steph's. Bunch of silver. Looks like MicQ has a pile of cultists right now.
Yeah, and I would just add 1 treasure trove, I think, and then.
It doesn't appear that MicQ has particularly many ruins in his deck, so let's see. Looks like Quest. Okay, looks like MicQ is gonna go Quest Gold. So now the question is, can Steph pull some sort of miracle engine out of here? We've seen him do it before, for sure. Conspirator. He's gonna need a lot of upgrades to pull this off. Could even consider upgrading like cultist at some point. Is he going for it here?
It looks like it.
That's pretty
It's,
aggressive. Okay.
yeah.
Is he gonna go for gold or altar? He goes for altar. Okay. Making a statement there. Plays cultist. Did he give out the last rune? Or were the runes already gone?
The
ruins were already gone.
They were gone.
They're already gone. Okay, and Stef picks up a third upgrade. So he's certainly making a go of this. Gotta imagine that Nick is
I
gonna...
will be very impressed if Stef wins this game. But
Me as well.
I just don't really see it.
Cause,
I think Mick needs to go treasure trove now. It's generally quite a terrible card, but here it's okay.
Steph says, "Oh, hi Dan" in his chat window. I'm not sure which is on the Twitch stream. So that's how you can tell he is listening to the stream now. Hi, Steph. So yeah, because I guess my question here is like so suppose you do build an engine, right? Like, what are you accomplishing? I guess. Oh, did he Seaway Conspirator? Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, because I was gonna say there's not really plus buy. So actually, I'll take that back.
But the other thing you could be doing is draw, cycle through your deck, playing a bunch of conspirators, and then finishing it off with an altar, and that way play gets province and duchy. But with Seaway you can make bigger things.
Yeah, no, I actually take back everything I say about engine not being playable here. I didn't see the plus buy at first glance. I think with Seaway on Conspirator for plus buy, you can build up to double or triple province pretty easily. So I think
it's just very hard to get going, because there's no way to increase your hand size except for cultist, but then your turn is done.
Mhm.
So you need to be really thin, and once you have enough conspirators to really get a lot of money, you also need a lot of warehouses to make sure that the beginning of your turn isn't just dead. And I just can't see Steph getting to a deck like that in time. And it's basically what you're seeing also here, because his turns aren't great, and they don't really seem to be going anywhere either. But maybe
I think Steph's gonna win this one.
Okay. What I would have expected is Mick to have greened already, because it's now turn 15.
Yeah.
So
Mick,
that's a bit strange
that's
to
pretty
me.
late.
He definitely needs
Yeah.
to get going here. Yeah. Maybe he couldn't earlier. That's not something I've paid that much attention to. That's
Yeah, the events are really, really strong typically. Like here I missed Seaway, and without Seaway, like there's no engine here, like not even close, but here I think Steph is comfortably gonna win this one. He might have the win. Does he have the win this turn? Probably not, but if he's pretty close to having the win this turn. If he just hits 16, he can pile estates. Doesn't look like he has it, but can he? I think he's looking for it. He like upgrades the warehouse into Conspirator. Mick doesn't have plus buy, so he's not too concerned about piles. He goes for gold. Okay, so he's playing the long game here. Discards the Conspirator, and if he manages to peel another Conspirator, I think that's alt. Oh no! Wait.
he can win, right? If you gain an estate and then buy all the estates.
No, he's.
Oh no,
short.
that's a 2 coin short.
One,
Yeah. I see it now.
Yeah.
Well, you could have bought 4 conspirators, then you don't win.
Yeah, yeah. So I think the moral of this and a lot of adventures boards is that events really change the way that boards play out. Like here, we're talking about how it, like we never think that the engine's going to work, and then all of a sudden Seaway's there, and all of a sudden, the deck goes from not doing anything to being able to buy like 8 estates in one turn. I also think that Mick had some probably some pretty below average draws here.
I think the Stef can possibly win this turn.
I don't believe he could have won last turn by piling the states. It would have been 9-9 on points, right? And didn't Steph start?
Ah, yeah, that's also.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, because Steph trashed a couple of his estates with altars and upgrades, right? Whereas Mick kept all of his. Okay, it looks like Steph is committing to a win this turn. And yeah, he has it in hand. He can alter Sage into Conspirator by Province Estate. And that's game. So there we go. That is the 6th and final game. Steph takes it down 4-2.
Yeah, I'm impressed by the engine winning. Well done,
Yeah.
Steph. Well done for having the heart to go for the engine.
To go for it, yeah. Actually, and I really need to look at the events more carefully, because with Seaway, I think engine is very much a thing there because you can get the buys, whereas without Seaway, just like the Conspirators don't do very much.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Yes, thanks for watching this exciting final, and see you
Those are some
guys
really good matches.
next season, I guess. And also very much thanks to Dan Brooks and Infinite Apex for being here and providing amazing commentary.
Yeah, when I finally figured out how to join the call.
Exactly.
I-
Okay, see you later.